Hello and welcome to a quick introduction to navigation in your Introduction to Networks class at our Instructor Training Center at Stanley Community College. My name is Kelly Caudle, and if you're part of the Introduction to Networks classes this summer for our summer of free learning or possibly our HBCU grant this summer, you will be in the class that's going to be run by me, Kelly Caudle, Michael Bowden, and Brian Crump, as you can see here on the front page. This introduction, by the way, will also work for any of the instructor training classes that you're taking at Stanley Community College, as each one of those uses the systems I'm going to discuss with you in order to give you access to the needed materials. So to begin with, as you are beginning your class, the very first site you will go to is canvas.stanley.edu. This site is where you will log in. You will do your initial assignment, which is needed for attendance. If you do not complete this initial assignment, we will be forced to drop you per college policy. This is where you will find your seat token for your NetAcad class, and there's also a document that will show you how to use that seat token if you've never used a seat token to get into a NetAcad class. There's also explanation of how to use it if you do not have a netacad.com account, which, by the way, netacad.com is the main site for the Cisco Networking Academy. The course syllabus is located at canvas.stanley.edu, as is the login directions, which were sent in a welcome email to you. So let's jump over here real quickly. This is canvas.stanley.edu. It will, once you put it in, we'll redirect it to stanleycc.infrastructure.com or instructure.com because it is a Canvas site. You will not see all of these courses. You will just see your course, which in this case will be an ITN course. You will click on it and go into it, and you will notice that inside of here, there's a welcome with a start here. And this is just a quick introduction, or again, explanation of the three different main sites used for class. This site, Canvas, which is for that initial log on and to get your seat token. NetAcad, which is our main primary class site for materials, how to do where you do your module exams and upload your assignments. And then netlabs.stanley.edu, which is where you do your actual labs for our class. So go right to home here for a second. You'll notice when you get logged in, the syllabus is here. We will go over this in our first class meeting that we will hold in Zoom, and that link will be sent to you via an email next week, early sometime right before the class starts. The Introduction Networks Forum, this is your first introductory assignment that you need to do in order to complete the class. And so this will be required. If you do not do this, we will have to drop you because it is used for our attendance. Then there's document on how to use your seat token, and then seat tokens will be down here and available after you complete your introductory assignment. We will discuss the other items. It's a O'Reilly database. It's a video on how to use our O'Reilly database. We'll discuss that in class. But this main site, canvas.stanley.edu, is used for that initial assignment to get your seat token. And then after that, we really won't be using that site very much. Instead, we will be going to netacad.com. The seat token you receive in Canvas will get you into netacad.com. This is where you will find the primary reading or text for the class. So if I go over here to netacad.com and log in, you will notice the class name is ITN ITC SU22. That will be the name for everyone who's in the class this summer. You all are in this one class with us. You also notice that if you are an instructor, you may be in the I'm Teaching tab. And for many of us, if we're in the I'm Teaching tab and you're an instructor already, you won't see your class. You will need to go to the I'm Learning tab. So if you happen to be a manager, or if you happen to be someone who is already teaching other courses at a Cisco Networking Academy, when you get logged in, it will be under your I'm Learning tab. Now for me, it's a not started class right here inside of my I'm Teaching. I go into the class, you'll see we're going to put the syllabus in here again. So the syllabus will be in here. This is where we will put the class Zoom session recordings. It will also be, we will email those out to everyone, but we'll place those here. So if you don't make the class meetings, you are able to review them. Now, it is not optional to review the class meetings. We give you most of your class information through our Zoom sessions that we have. For that reason, if you miss them, that's fine, but you should watch the recordings. It is required that you do so. You'll notice down here also, as you go through, that for the course content, this is where you will do your reading, and we will show you this again during our class, but this is where you do your reading. It's where we have our lectures that are pre-recorded lectures that I've completed for the different modules. And this is where you will do, you'll upload your packet tracer assignments and your actual lab assignments, which are associated with doing labs on our real Cisco equipment. All right. Now that's our second site, netacad.com. The final site, which we will show you many more times how to use this, but this is netlabs.stanley.edu. This is our primary site to work on real equipment. So when we go over here and we go to NetLabs, you'll notice if I go in here and do a new lab reservation for myself, I have a couple hundred courses it seems like I'm part of, but I can go in here and look under CCNA 1, and I can do a lab called Basic Switch and End Device Configuration. So I can click right here. I can go in and there's up to 20 different pods. And if I click here and do a reservation, what will actually happen is in our data center at Stanley Community College, the actual switches and virtual machines needed to run this particular lab are booting up in our lab. So we have real gear at netlabs.stanley.edu that you will use to do your labs for our Introduction to Networks class. So once again, canvas.stanley.edu will be the first site you access for us. It will be the main place where you do your first attendance assignment and get your seat tokens. Once you redeem your seat token, you will be using netacad.com as the primary class site. It's where your class readings will be. It's where you'll find your class under the I'm Learning section and NetAcad. And then last but not least, our accessing NetLabs or netlabs.stanley.edu. That site will be where you do all of your hands-on labs requiring real equipment. I hope this has been helpful, and we really look forward to working with you in our instructor training classes.